So we're going to take a look at these two trigonometry assignments. So remember tangent, cosine, and sine. So with these first ones, you just plug them in. So like on number 2, okay, so 3 and 4. For number 3, is this calculator not working? Okay, well, let's go to this one. Tangent of 45. Oops, hold on. Tangent of 45. So there's that. Tangent of 45 is 1. Is there a way to, yes, okay. And then the next one, the tangent of 45 is 1. That was number 2 here. And then number 4, find the angle measure. What was that number? Oops. 5317. So tangent inverse of 5, no. Tangent inverse of 0.5317. This is all you have to do. So it's 28. So that's how these work. If you're doing the value, you just plug it in. If you're doing the angle measure, you use the inverse. Find the angle measure to nearest degree. So those are the same. Those are the same. All right, so here is the trig ratio. Do I have annotations? Yes, I do. Here we go. So tangent of z. So z is over here. So tangent of z equals opposite over adjacent. And so here you have the hypotenuse. It's across from the 90. Adjacent means touching. So 12 and 19. 12 is the one that's touching. So that one's the adjacent. This is the opposite. Thank you. So z is O over 8, which is 9 over 12. 9 over 12. 9 over 12 reduces to 3 over 4. So there's that. So this is the same. Then you get down to finding the measure of indicated angle. So this one is still tangent. Clear this out. Here's your hypotenuse. This is your angle. So which one is, oh, you know what? This is not a good example. I'm going to let you do that one. Let's do this one. This is the hypotenuse. Here's your angle. So which one is touching the angle? 17 is touching the angle. So this is the opposite. So for angles, remember you use this one. Tangent inverse of opposite over adjacent. Yeah. So just do tangent inverse of 26 over 17. So tangent inverse of 26 over 17. 57. Okay, so let's keep going. Find the measure indicated angle. Yeah, so those are the same. Find the missing side. Okay, so here's where it's a little bit different. Let's look at these two. So you have opposite. This is the adjacent, and this is the hypotenuse. Same thing with this one. This is the hypotenuse. Here's your angle. So x is the one that's touching. 16 is the O. So we use this formula for both of them. Tangent of theta equals O over A. So it's tangent of 67 equals opposite is x, adjacent is 10. Down here, it's tangent of 53 equals 16 over x. So these are the two types of problems you'll encounter. So up here, this one on top, this is the easier version of the two. To get x by itself, multiply by 10. So 10 tangent 67. This reduces to 1, so x equals 10 tangent 67. X equals that, 23.55. So that's 23.56. And then down here, for the second one, it's going to be, there's my annotations. Here's the shortcut with this. If you want to see how this actually works, you can refer to my notes or watch my video for 8.1. Just switch these two things, and you'll have x equals 16 over tangent 53. This only works when x is on the bottom, and this is a shortcut. So I'm skipping the math steps to just giving you the shortcut. If you want to see how it works, watch my other video. So what was it? Oh, you know what? I just do this. Where's my annotations? 16 over tangent 53. So that one is 12.06. Okay, so that's how this one works. Let's go ahead and move on to 8.2. If you just need 8.1, you can stop there and work on 8.1. You come back to this later. But for 8.2, wait for this to load. There's a few different types of problems on here. Here we go. For the sine of angle z, so angle z, the opposite is that one. Because 17 is the hypotenuse, 15 is the adjacent, because 15 is touching it. Okay, these are just plugging the calculator. So cosine 32. What's wrong with this calculator? Cosine of 32. So cosine 32. There you go. 0.85. And then angle measure 7930. So it's going to be the inverse sine of inverse sine of 0.7930. So 52 is that answer. Okay, so find the missing side. Let's see. So that one's going to be cosine. That one's going to be sine. That one's going to be cosine. Okay, let's look at these two. So this one, that's the hypotenuse. That's the opposite. That's the adjacent. So you have O and H. So your three functions for trig, you're going to have sine, which is opposite and hypotenuse. You have cosine, which is adjacent hypotenuse, and you have tangent, which is opposite and adjacent. So on this one, you don't have the A. you have O and H. So that's this here. So sine of the angle equals x over 15. So this is our easy version. So multiply both sides by 15. This reduces to 1. Plug this in the calculator, you get the answer. This bottom one here, you have, here's the hypotenuse. This is the angle, so that's your A. This is your O. You don't have the O, so AH is cosine. Cosine of 21 equals 24 over x. So this is where you can use that shortcut. So swap these. You have x equals 24 over cosine 21. Plug that in the calculator, you have your answer. Let's see what else is on here. Yeah, and so the last thing on here is just finding the missing angle. Let's put both of these. So you have your three things. Sine is opposite and hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent and hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite and adjacent. So let's see what we've got. Here's your angle. This is your A. This is your O. This is your H. So we don't have A. It's just O and H. So that's sine. And we're doing the angle. So it's sine inverse of O is 7 over 10. There you go. This is what you plug in to get that answer. Then on 18, you've got the hypotenuse and you've got the adjacent, but not the opposite. So it's cosine. For the angle, you do the inverse. So 13 over 14. Plug that in the calculator, you'll get the answer. Let me do one of them. So 7 and 10, sine 7, 10. Inverse sine of 7 over 10 should get you this number, which is 44. This rounds to 44. Okay, I'm going to stop this video.